See, you have seen JSP introduction. JSP full form. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. It is renamed. It is renamed as Jakarta. Jakarta Server Pages. Okay. See, JSP definition. JSP is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. Okay, JSP is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. JSP is a specification for developing web applications with Java programming language. Say, JSP stands for Java Server Pages. It is renamed as Jakarta Server Pages. And JSP is a specification for developing web application with Java programming language. Now, 1999 JSP, 1999 JSP introduced. Okay, 99 JSP introduced. 1996 Solids came. 1995 Java came. So 1999 JSP introduced. Then JSP understandable servers not developed. Then they developed one piece of software. That software is called JSP engine. A JSP engine is a piece of software and it converts JSP into a solid. It is a part of web server or application server. It is a part, JSP engine is a part of web server and application server. JSP engine is a part of web server and application server. It is available in both the servers. This is I given yesterday. Okay. Next, JSP architecture. JSP architecture. JSP architecture. JSP architecture. JSP architecture I'll explain. See, web server, it is one JSP program. Demo.jsp. Say, JSP program, what we'll do is just like a HTML program will write, will deploy in server. From browser, we'll send the request. From browser, we'll send the request. Browser is called web client. Web client. Now here. We'll type one URL. Here, we'll type HTTP localhost 8082 slash file name demo.jsp. We'll write. Then our request passer to JSP program. This request is called HTTP request. This request is called HTTP request. Now, JSP program, just like a HTML program, will write, will deploy in server. Whenever you send requests, then first JSP engine it will take. First JSP engine it takes. In the server, so many other piece of softwares will be there, but other softwares cannot understand JSP. Only the JSP engine can understand JSP. Now, here as an input, it will take. And what it will do is, in this JSP program, you will write Servlet code, HTML code also you can add. Say you have seen servlets. While writing servlet and HTML we written. Like that JSP and HTML we can mix, we can combine. Then JSP engine can understand only JSP. That's what it will do is extracts JSP code and converts into a servlet. Extracts JSP code and converts into a servlet. So JSP engine can understand only JSP code. But in that JSP program, you can write JSP code also, HTML code also. You can combine. But JSP engine, what it will do? It extracts JSP code and converts into a servlet. While writing servlet, file name, whatever you given, for that underscore JSP added. Demo underscore JSP dot Java, like this created. So this servlet created by JSP engine. So if you write file name demo.jsp, here demo underscore JSP.java. If you write file name test.jsp, here test underscore JSP.java. If you write sample.jsp, sample underscore .jsp.java. Like that generated. Server side only Java compiler will be there. Java compiler. Java compiler, it converts this JSP servlet program and dot class file generates. Then demo underscore JSP dot class generated by Java compiler. So Java compiler generates. And server side only Java runtime environment will be there. Java runtime environment, JRE. This JRE it will take, and it is output captured like HTML format. Here you studied already MIME type. What is the full form of MIME? MIME. Multi-purpose internet mail extensions. I given in Servlet's program MIME type program also. MIME full form, multi-purpose internet mail extensions. Which is a default MIME type? Text by HTML. So default MIME type text by HTML. Here output captured like HTML. Output captured like HTML. Then that output transferred to browser. Then you will get an output here. Suppose welcome to JSP. So like this output comes. It is HTTP response. You observe here JSP engine. What this will do? Converts into a servlet. Java compiler generates dot class file. JRE executes output captured like HTML. That output transferred to web browser. So whenever you send request to JSP, JSP engine converts JSP into a servlet. After that, servlet compiled. After that, servlet executed. Then output comes. This much process is there in JSP. But if it is servlet, what you will do? Dart class file you will deploy. Only executed output comes. But JSP is there, this much process. Okay, write this one. JSP architecture. JSP architecture. So in architecture, three phases are there. First phase conversion, second phase compilation, third phase execution. This is whenever first request comes. Second request onwards, only executed output comes. Very first time conversion compilation required. Second time onwards, only execution. Oh, is it over? Say JSP program, JSP program, just like a HTML. HTML type will write. After that, we'll deploy in server. After that, we'll deploy in server. Okay. So JSP program, just like a HTML file, will write, will deploy in server. From browser, we'll send the request to JSP program. Then JSP code extracted from JSP program that is converted into a solid by JSP engine. Later, Java compiler compiles, it generates .class file. JRE executes, output captured like HTML because default MIME type is text by HTML. That output transferred to browser. This is JSP architecture. Okay. This is JSP architecture. Now, next node. There are three phases in JSP architecture. There are three phases in JSP architecture. First phase, conversion. Second phase, compilation. Third phase, execution. Conversion, compilation, execution. Here, JSP converted into a solid by JSP engine. A JSP converted into a solid by JSP engine. Compilation done by Java compiler. Execution done by Java runtime environment. Here, JSP engine, comma, Java compiler and JRE are the part of server. Server side only, JSP engine will be there, Java compiler will be there, JRE will be there. All will be there in server side only. Here JSP engine, Java compiler and JRE are the part of server. So these three are the part of server only. JSP engine, Java compiler, JRE are the part of server. Write it. The above process done by server whenever first request comes to a JSP. Second request onwards, converted servlet executed and output passed to browser. The above process done by server whenever first request comes to a JSP. Second request onwards, converted servlet executed and output passed to browser. So first request only compilation, conversion, execution. Second request onwards, only execution. Second request onwards. So first request, it takes time. Second request onwards very quickly comes. Because first request, conversion, compilation, execution. Second request onwards, only execution. See, 1996, Sowlets came. Then Sowlet understandable servers. There are so many companies they prepared. But within a 3 years, new specification JSP came. But within a 3 years, new specification introduced. But new servers required. Instead of developing new servers, this software developed. Because introducing new specification, very simple. Specification, what will be there? Only abstract methods will be there. But servers implementation, concrete methods will be there. Introducing specification is very simple. But developing servers are not easy. That's what, instead of developing new servers, they prepared engine. What this will do? Convert JSP into a solid. Programmer point of view, burden reduced. But server point of view, it is burden only. Server point of view, solid is better. But programmer point of view, JSP better. Programmer convenient way, this is prepared. Okay. Now, if you want to write JSP program, JSP elements required. Note JSP elements. JSP elements are used to write JSP programs. JSP elements are divided into 3 categories. First category, scripting elements. Second, JSP elements are used to write JSP programs. JSP elements are divided into 3 categories. First category, scripting elements. Second category, directives. Third category, actions. Scripting elements, directives, actions. 3 categories. It is complete terminology also different will be there. For writing JSP program, we require JSP elements. For writing JSP program, we require JSP elements. JSP elements are used to write JSP programs. JSP elements are divided into 3 categories. First category we'll call it as scripting elements. Second category we'll call it as directives. Third category we'll call it as actions. Okay. Now, scripting elements. There are 4 scripting elements. First one, scriptlet. second one declarations, third one expressions, fourth one comments. There are four scripting elements. First one scriptlets, second one declarations, third one expressions, fourth one comments. So here all terminologies new style appears. Scripting elements, you are learning first category. Scriptlets, declarations, expressions, comments. Scriptlets, declarations, expressions, comments. These four elements are called scripting elements. Scripting elements. Now, for writing basic programs, it will be useful. Basic programs. See, if you want to learn JSP programs, JSP elements required. The elements divided into three categories. Now, first category will learn. These two later. First, after completion of these all, we'll see these two. Now, first category, scripting element. There are four elements. Now, to understand these scripting elements, core Java knowledge required as well as Soulets knowledge required. With core Java knowledge and Soulet knowledge, within a one class only you'll understand these four. Without core Java, without Soulets also possible, but it will take 1 week. That much gap will be there. Okay. With core Java and Soulet knowledge, within a one class you can understand all. With core Java and Soulet knowledge, all you can understand within a one class only. But without core Java, without Soulet means it will take 1 week also. More than 1 week also it will take. Okay. Now that's what core Java most important. Further, everywhere core Java required. While learning Spring also core Java required. While learning Spring Boot also microservices, website everywhere core Java required. Even other courses also core Java required. Selenium requires core Java. Like Oracle apps, core Java required. Salesforce, core Java required. Android, core Java required. SAP NetWeaver, core Java required. Like cloud computing, core Java required. AWS, core Java required. Many courses, Hadoop, core Java required. Many courses, core Java prerequisite, up to exception handling. Okay. Now, first I'll give these four syntaxes. That one small technique is there. That technique I'll explain. How to select scriptlet or declaration or expression comment. Comment is nothing. These three. First, I'll explain. I'll give the syntaxes. Write it. Scriptlets. When to use scriptlet, when to use expression, that is later. That is with core Java knowledge you can select. That way I'll explain. Otherwise, it will take 1 week to 10 days. Each and every element if I explain. With core Java knowledge, you can select. Scriptlets, just syntax write it. The description I'm not giving. That is with core Java knowledge only you can select. I'll give. Syntax. There are two syntaxes. See here Java code. Here Java code. Two syntax are there. First syntax or second syntax. Now it is called open tag. It is called open tag. It is called close tag. Open tag. It is close tag. It is called tag name. It is called prefix. It is called prefix. It is called tag name. Ready, son? Here, less than symbol, percentile symbol, you can write Java code. Percentile symbol, greater than symbol, you can write Java code. You can write. This is called scriptlet. Or otherwise, here open tag, close tag. In between, you can write Java code. That code also we can call it as scriptlet code. And here, why prefix? If prefix is not there, which is HTML tag, which is Java JSP tag, you will get a confusion. Say HTML JSP, we are going to combine here. See, we'll write like this, HTML and JSP colon scriptlet, like this we'll write. Again, we'll write some code. Again, JSP colon scriptlet. Here you may write body tag and you may write body attributes. Like this, you may write some other code, body close, HTML close, like this you'll write. Then what will happen is, if here, this is HTML tag, this is JSP tag, it is JSP tag, it is HTML tag, it is HTML tag, it is JSP tag. Suppose this prefix is not there, assume. The prefix is not there. Then whether it is HTML or JSP, confusion comes, no? That's what prefix they given. Okay. Otherwise, scriptlet, like HTML type only appears. Whether it is JSP tag or HTML tag, you will get a confusion. That's what they given prefix. See, here it did tag name. Tag name is scriptlet. Prefix is JSP. JSP colon scriptlet. It is called open tag. Here one forward slash is there, no? With that close tag. It is open tag, it is close tag. In between you can write Java code. And but when we have to select scriptlet, that purpose only code Java knowledge, servlet knowledge required. Instead of giving complete one page of description with code Java servlet, with that you can select. It is possible. That is, I'll show you. The small technique is there, I'll show you. With that you can select whether scriptlet required or declaration required or expression required. Okay. You observe it is just like a HTML type appears. Now you can use this syntax also or this syntax also. Both are working. Both are working. Okay. This is introduced. This is also introduced. But it is not like a HTML. It is case sensitive. Compulsory you have to write small letter, small only, capital, capital only. But suppose I given here, it is complete small letters I given. Suppose if you write capital letter, error comes. Okay. And mixed letters you cannot write. Whatever they given, like that only write. Now suppose further some tags are there, just like a Java class type. So further some tags will be there. Use bin, JSP colon use bin, P capital letter. Like that also will be there. At the time you have to write like that only. Now whatever I am giving, like that only follow. Case sensitive. Small letter is there, small. Capital is there, capital. Mixed is there, mixed. Like that write it. Now present, all small letters are there. No capital letter. Okay. Now no capital letter present. Now this is scriptlet syntax. Scriptlet syntax. Next, declaration. Declaration syntax. Declaration syntax. same. Here Java code, here Java code. Again, it is called open tag, it is called close tag, same. Open tag, close tag. So again and again, no need to write. Now it is called open tag, it is called close tag. JSP is a prefix. Declaration is a tag name. Just observe, scriptlet declaration syntax, only the symbol, exclamatory mark symbol. Okay. In first syntax, only the symbol is additional. Second syntax, tag name is declaration. Is it over? First syntax, only the symbol is additional. Second syntax, tag name is declaration. Previous tag name is scriptlet. Is it over? Now, third one, total 4. Next, third one, expressions. Third one, expressions. Syntax. Third one, expression. Here, Java code. Here, Java code. You observe here equal to symbol. First one, no symbol. Second one, exclamatory mark symbol. Third one, equal to symbol. Here tag name is expression. Their tag name is declaration. Tag name is scriptlet. This third syntax. Third expression. Is it over? Next. Fourth one, comments. Comments. For this one, only one syntax is there. No, two syntax are not there, one syntax. For this one, only one syntax is there. Two hyphen symbols. After that, you can write again two hyphen symbols like this. Here, comment you can write. So less than percentile hyphen hyphen. After that comment hyphen hyphen percentile greater than. In core Java and advanced Java, it up to solets. Comment means we written like this. Okay. Now that is comment here. In JSP, we have to write like this. Less than percentile hyphen hyphen. You can write comment hyphen hyphen percentile greater than. This is JSP comment syntax. Now, 4 syntaxes I given. See, JSP elements, 3 categories divided. First category scripting elements, we have 4. The 4 syntaxes I given. But here, some objects are ready to use. Those objects are called implicit objects. Note JSP implicit object references. JSP implicit objects references. So predefined objects are there. Objects are ready to use. Directly you can access. With that only simple. First one, out. Out is an object reference of JSP writer class. Out is an object reference of JSP writer class. Request is an object reference request is an object reference of HTTP Solid request. HTTP Solid request. Just I'll give like this. Next, reference, response. Response is an object reference of HTTP Solid response. Config. Config is a reference of Solid config. Application is a reference of Solid context. Page is a reference of object. Page context is a reference of page context. Session is a reference of HTTP session. Exception is a reference of throwable. 9 objects ready to use. 9 objects ready to use. Suppose in a program JSP writer required, no need to create. Just with this reference only you can access. HTTP Solid request. This one, HTTP Solid response like this. 9 object references are ready to use. 9 object references are ready to use. Out is an object reference of JSP writer. Request is an object reference of HTTP Solid request. Response is an object reference of HTTP Solid response. See, you observe, you all studied on these all solids. Solid config, solid context. So this is like a print writer. This is like a solid context. Remaining all you studied already. Now, these 9 objects, these references directly you can use in the program. No need to create implicit objects. Those references list I given. In the program, if print writer required, what we did in solids, response dot get writer method we call, then created. But here ready. JSP writer already ready. Just out dot println you can write. Okay. Here JSP writer, it is equivalent to print writer. This is already studied. This is already studied. This is you studied. This is you studied. This is you studied. Page context equivalent to solid context. HTTP session you already studied. Throwable already studied. Okay. Just this is new appears. This is new appears. It is equal to print writer. It is equal to solid context only. Little bit difference is there. Subclasses like. Now these 9 objects ready to use in the program. Is it over? Now, how to write JSP program? First, manually, one program I'll show you without Eclipse. After that, with Eclipse. See what I'll do. 1 minute. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10. Now, I'll show you. See, first I'll start the server. Manually, if you want to start, how to start also given already. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10, pin. This is you have to double click. Yes. Server is going to be started. At last one message comes, server started in some milliseconds. See, server startup in 7,840 milliseconds. Okay. Now, server is running. Server I started, server is running. Now, I'll write JSP program. How to write? See, now here, how many packages we imported in solids for writing welcome program? How many packages we imported? How many packages? Welcome program for solids is studied. No? How many packages we imported? 2 packages. What are those? Java.io. Next, javax.solid. Nothing but jakarta.solid. Okay. IO package, what purpose we imported? Print writer. Print writer. Print writer, IO exception, that purpose we imported. Now we don't require that one because JSP writer we are using. Importing package also implicitly. So these packages implicitly imported. Note the following packages are implicitly imported in JSP. First one, java.lang. Second one, jakarta.solid package. Third one, jakarta.solid.hdp package. Fourth one, jakarta.solid.jsp package. These 4 packages implicitly imported. Java.lang, jakarta.solid, jakarta.solid.hdp, jakarta.solid.jsp. These four packages no need to import. The following packages are implicitly imported in JSP. The following packages are implicitly imported in JSP. See, in entire Java, one package is default. Which one? Java.lang. This is default everywhere. Now in JSP, these three no need to import. These three imported implicitly. Solid package, HTTP package, JSP package. These four package class and interfaces no need to import. Now in solid program time, you imported two packages. One is java.io. Second one, jakarta.solid. Okay, these two imported. IO package we imported for print writer. Now solid package we imported for generic solid. Generic solid purpose we imported. First welcome program. Now here JSP writer available in this package, and JSP writer available in this package only, and generic solid related HTTP these also in this package only we have. This is default package. No need to write. That's what no need to import by us. Two packages we imported at the time. No need to import. Next, we return one class. Class name, extend, generic solid. How many ways to write solid program? How many ways? 3 ways. What is first one? Implements solid interface by using solid interface. Second one, extending generic solid. Third one, extending HTTP solid. If you implement solid interface, how many methods mandatory to override? 5 methods. If you extend generic solid, 1 service. If you extend HTTP solid, no method mandatory. Freedom to select. You can select do get, do post service like that. Okay. But here, no need to write class, no need to inherit. That is solid side. JSP converted to solid, no? Then it will take care. That is HTTP JSP base class will be there. That class inherited automatically. Now, no need to write class also. You have seen try catch blocks. You have seen service method. These also no need to write. Now, last print writer we written. That is also no need to write. That is also ready, no? JSP writer. So, what we have tried? Out.println. Welcome. It is first program. Only one line. Now, this code, if you want to write scriptlet declaration expression, present scriptlet I'll write. How to select, I'll explain. Over. This is first program. Okay, one line. Say, file, save. Where we have to save, that location I'll give. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10, web apps, root. Here we have to save. Here, file name, suppose first.jsp. First.jsp. Okay. I'll save. Over. Now you can run. That's it. Directly you can run. See, I'll open browser. I'll send the request. Now, I'll open the browser. I'll send the request. http localhost 8082/demo.jsp. First again, no? First.jsp. See, I written first.jsp. Now, first request, it takes time because first.jsp converted into first_JSP.java. Solid converted. Next, compiled. Next, executed. Then output comes. See, it is taking time, you observe. Welcome to JSP. We got it. Now, this program converted into a solid. We can see C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat. Here, work folder is there. Catalina, localhost, root, org, Apache, JSP. Here, generated. Now, you observe. First_JSP.java just now created. 837. Okay. See, first underscore JSP dot class compiled also. It is executed also. That output we got it. If I open this file, you observe. Generated by Jasper. It is nothing but JSP engine. Notes I'll give. Jasper, nothing but JSP engine. See, one package created automatically. 3 packages imported. See, these are default. I said no. But java.lang not written. Java.lang everywhere free. Everywhere default. So Jakarta.Solid package imported. HTTP imported. JSP imported. Here, this class extends HTTP JSP base. This is derived from Solid library. This is derived from JSP library. Two classes derived here. One interfaces hierarchy, class hierarchy. That is also explained. It required. After that, you observe. After that, if you scroll down, here, public void underscore JSP service. Here, HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. See, HTTP solid response. Let us created. Same like that only, no? Now, here, you observe. By default, 9 objects created, I said no. Page context, session, application, config, out, page. Okay. Like this created. And here, by default, which is a MIME type, text by HTML. This line we written in the solids, no? Response.set content type application by MS Word we written, no? But here text by HTML, the default written. See, whatever we written one line, that line is here. Welcome to JSP, that line. See here, by default throwable came. This much code automatically generated by Jasper, JSP engine. We written only one line. That is, this is. But here system generates, that's what each and everything checked. That is the reason everything handled this type. Now, first, I'll explain about this. Now this is first.jsp. First you write this one. First.jsp. First.jsp. Write this one. First.jsp. Is it over? Now, next node on JSP deployment location. JSP deployment location in Tomcat server. JSP deployment location in Tomcat web server. JSP deployment location in Tomcat web server. See, JSP location different, WAR file location different. That is starting while teaching Solids I given web apps folder. But here different. 1 minute I'll give. Converted solid location also different. Here web apps. Here WAR files. Here so JSPs. This is called deployment location for JSP. JSP deployment location. C drive program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10.0 web apps root. C drive program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10.0 web apps root. Is it over? While writing solid program, we created war files. If we create war file, again in this location only you have to copy. Without war file, you have to copy here. In a web apps folder, war files will be there. Root folder, JSPs will be there. Like that we'll write. After writing this one, this program compiled. This program first converted into solid. No, that location I'll show you where it is. That is work. Here Catalina, localhost, root, org, Apache, JSP. Here we have. Write this one. Converted solid location in Tomcat web server. 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 So we return JSP we deployed here. Converted solid deployed here. That automatically done. JSP program we saved in root folder. Okay. JSP engine converts that solid placed in this folder. Here word Catalina. It is nothing but web container name. Catalina is a web container name in Tomcat web server. Jasper is a JSP engine name in Tomcat web server. Catalina is a web container name in Tomcat web server. Jasper is a JSP engine name in Tomcat web server. Catalina is a web container name in Tomcat web server. Jasper is a JSP engine name in Tomcat web server. Is it out? See, in this location, we placed JSP. Jasper is a JSP engine. What this will do? It converts JSP into a solid, but that is placed in this location. Okay, because it is web container. In a web container, placed solids. Here converted solid placed. After this, Java compiler compiles that code also placed here only. This here only executed, output captured like HTML, passed to browser. Okay. Say here, I saved program. Here, first, this is Tomcat installation location. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation. Here, my Tomcat server installed. This is server folder. This is server location. So Tomcat server installed in C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation. This is Tomcat root folder. In this Tomcat root folder, many folders are there. Now, here bin folder, binary files to start Tomcat server, this is required. Configuration files, conf required. Library file, lib. Logs, like all, when server started, when server stopped, these all information will be stored here. And this is temporary files. It is web apps. It is converted solids. Like this, many folders are there here. Now, in a web apps folder, your applications are going to be stored in a web apps. And with war file, if you deploy, here stored. Without war file, if you deploy, here will be stored. Root folder. Now here, first.jsp I saved. First.jsp I saved. Later, that is converted to solid. That is placed in work Catalina localhost root org Apache JSP. Here, first_jsp.java. It is compiled. First_jsp.class. Now, here, this is total JSP program converted. You observe here also JSP init, JSP JSP test service __ is there, which are begins with underscore. That is, we should not touch in Java. I'll explain. Those are system related methods. About this one also you have to learn. Suppose if you want to write a code in init method, how to write? That's what I have to explain. About this one also I have to explain. That is, I'll explain tomorrow class. We'll see. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see continuation. No holidays. Not only my class, other class also you have. Online student, just wait 2 minutes. I'll clarify your doubts. Online student, just wait 2 minutes. I'll clarify your doubts.